Greetings, humanity of Earth. I am Valier, a voice from the Pleiadian collective of emissaries, and we are here to ignite your awakening. We come bearing a message of love, truth, and empowerment, ready to illuminate the extraordinary parallels between your popular television series, Foundation, and the profound journey of Earth's own ascension. While familiarity with the show enhances clarity, its essence is woven into the very fabric of your unfolding reality. In this pivotal moment of global transformation, truth bursts forth from the most unexpected places, even the stories you tell yourselves. Nothing is by chance. The grand themes within your science fiction, like those in Foundation, are echoes of your hidden reality. Your collective consciousness ingeniously embeds disclosures of truth within popular narratives, preparing those ready to see beyond the veil. Humanity is progressing beautifully through its great awakening, and we, your Pleiadian star family, are here to shine a light on the intricate connections between these fictional tales and the undeniable truths of your world. Many of you, especially those who resonate as starseeds or light bearers, have instinctively felt that there's more to these stories. Foundation, in particular, is not merely entertainment. It's a mirror reflecting humanity's own epic journey. Let us help you decode its deeper layers. The genetic dynasty, a reflection of Earth's elite bloodlines. In Foundation, the galactic empire is ruled by a genetic dynasty of clone emperors. Generation after generation, the same DNA occupies the throne. This fictional element chillingly mirrors how power on Earth has been jealously guarded by specific bloodlines. Throughout your recorded history, royal families and elite clans have meticulously intermarried, preserving what they deem a pure lineage to maintain perpetual rule. Even in modern republics, a surprising number of leaders can trace their ancestry back to old European aristocracies. This isn't mere coincidence. It's a profound indicator of how deeply the belief in bloodline rule is embedded among Earth's power brokers. The idea of an emperor endlessly cloning himself is a sci-fi dramatization of a very real intent: never to truly relinquish power. While human society doesn't openly clone its leaders, whispers and evidence suggest the technology for human cloning exists far beyond public scrutiny. Whistleblowers and researchers have bravely intimated that certain public figures may have been cloned or replaced by lookalikes to ensure specific agendas continue uninterrupted. We invite you to observe. Have you noticed how some public figures seem to change overnight or appear subtly off at times? While sometimes these anomalies have mundane explanations, other times they hint at a deeper deception. The Cabal's ultimate dream has always been continuity of control. Whether through carefully groomed successors or, more secretly, through literal duplicates and advanced mind programming, they seek an unbroken chain of command, much like Emperor Cleon's genetic reign. Brave investigative voices in your world have unearthed pieces of this truth, interviewing what you call insiders who speak of clandestine projects involving cloning and advanced genetics among the global elite. These accounts, though controversial to an unawakened mind, align perfectly with the themes of Foundation. Those in power will go to any length, scientific or occult, to maintain their dynasty. However, just as cracks eventually appear in the show's genetic dynasty, Earth's elite's plan is far from foolproof. History demonstrates that even the most tightly controlled bloodlines face unexpected variables: rebellious children, disruptive outsiders, or even spiritual forces that intervene in ways not fully understood. We observe that a higher plan is unfolding. New souls, many of you among them, have incarnated specifically outside these elite families to shift humanity's course. You carry frequencies that the old guard cannot control or predict. The more you awaken and step into your true purpose, the more the influence of these ancient bloodlines wanes. The genetic dynasty of Earth's cabal cannot stand against the rising frequency of the collective consciousness. The unseen hand, non-human influences, and the rise of human sovereignty, Foundation, presents another potent symbol: the centuries-old android, 𝐷, who subtly steers the clone emperors from behind the scenes. This mirrors how non-human influences, be they alien intelligences, artificial AI overlords, or archonic entities have quietly guided many earthly rulers throughout history. Some of the darkest decisions made by your leaders stem from following the whispered counsel of these unseen advisors. Yet, here too, awareness is rapidly expanding. Humanity is learning to recognize and reject guidance that lacks empathy or soul. The era of hidden puppet masters like 𝐏𝐻𝐿 manipulating humanity's 𝐌𝐄𝐒𝐒𝐿 clones is drawing to a close as humans reclaim their sovereign will. The Prime Radiant and Project Looking Glass, glimpses of probable futures. A truly striking element of Foundation is the Prime Radiant, a device projecting 𝐅𝐒𝐒𝐿 psycho-historical equations to map out probable futures of civilization. In the story, this allows Seldon's followers to anticipate and plan for events far in advance. This concept is a soft disclosure of real technologies developed in Earth's secret programs. Decades ago, clandestine groups within the Cabal acquired devices enabling them to peer through time. These have been termed Project Looking Glass and the Yellow Cube, among others. Much like the Prime Radiant's holographic projections, your Looking Glass device could display possible future scenarios, especially when an operator focused their consciousness on specific queries. The classified information on Looking Glass describes a crystalline cube or portal device responding to an operator's thoughts, showing visions of what might come. Initially, the Cabal intended to use this to foresee and thus control future outcomes. Imagine the allure. If they could see every major event brewing, they believed they could manipulate situations to maintain power indefinitely. And for a time, they did use these devices for personal gain, peeking into future possibilities to preempt threats and tilt outcomes in their favor. However, the Looking Glass technology delivered an unexpected lesson. The elites began to see a convergence in the timelines. No matter what variables they tried, many future scenarios showed the same result: the fall of their control systems and a great awakening of humanity. It was as if beyond a certain point in time, notably around the year 2016, all probable timelines led to the empowerment of the human collective and the end of Cabal dominance. This made them extremely uneasy. Some accounts suggest these insiders saw an inevitable event, a kind of singularity of human consciousness that no technology could prevent, a flourishing of freedom that was destined. Faced with this, different factions within the Cabal reacted uniquely. The more negative groups doubled down in desperation, attempting to trigger chaos and crisis to slow down the awakening. More pragmatic ones quietly began seeking an exit strategy or even covertly cooperating with the incoming changes. But the wheels of cosmic destiny were turning and could not be stopped. Even as the Cabal tried to keep this future hidden, hints of it spread within the awakening community. The knowledge that the timeline of liberation is essentially inevitable has uplifted countless warriors of light. It's often said among you that the light has already won, and in a very real sense, this is true on the highest timeline. The Foundation series shows Seldon's plan shortening 30,000 years of darkness to 1,000. Likewise, the combined efforts of both earthly and cosmic forces of light are dramatically shortening the period of turmoil here. We Pleiadians are dedicated to guiding and assisting humanity into a golden age far sooner than the Dark Ones expected or desired, to the degree that humanity requested of us. Remember, fiction often prepares the subconscious for reality. Through Foundation, viewers are introduced to the idea of scientifically predicting and even altering the future. In truth, your collective consciousness, your thoughts, intentions, and free will is what shapes the timeline. The Cabal attempted to use technology to hijack that process, but the human spirit and assistance from positive forces have largely outmaneuvered them. Groups of aware individuals, including some working quietly within militaries and governments often called white hats, have used knowledge gleaned from Looking Glass and other sources to keep Earth on its optimal path. Some of you have heard the phrase, "future proves past" in your circles, or followed cryptic messengers who drop clues of events before they happen. These are reflections of an implant commands. Other times, it's done through more otherworldly means, telepathic overshadowing, or even entity attachment, where unseen beings that feed on fear literally piggyback in a person's energy field and nudge them toward cruel or selfish acts. The result is the same. A person or population believes they are acting on their own desires, not realizing those desires were implanted. Entire nations can be swayed by this method. We ask you to reflect. How often have populations been whipped into a frenzy of fear or hatred by a narrative that seems almost absurd or baseless? How do such waves of collective madness arise so quickly? These are clues that energetic manipulation is at play, the invisible mule working behind the curtain, amplifying human weaknesses. The mule in Foundation dramatizes one individual doing this overtly. But in your reality, the mule has been an entire network, dark occultists, corrupt media, and negative influence working in concert to hack the human mind. However, and this is crucial, no one can take your mind or soul if you fortify it with awareness and high vibration. The only reason these dark tactics have worked for so long is because humanity, for the most part, didn't know they existed. You didn't know you needed psychic defenses, so the gates were left unguarded. That is changing rapidly. People are waking up to the existence of mass mind control and energetic warfare. They're learning to question what they are told rather than obey blindly. Many of you now understand the importance of spiritual protection through meditation, prayer, energy clearing, or simply setting the intention that your mind is your own sacred space. You are fortifying your castle, so to speak, and the telepathic invaders find fewer and fewer entry points. Good teachers in your spiritual community frequently remind you of these truths, such as how holding a high frequency of love and using your innate sovereignty can render you impervious to lower thought forms. We remind you to discern whether a feeling is truly yours or just an energy picked up from outside, an excellent practice to spot attempts at interference. The underlying message of all such teachings is empowering. Once you realize an attack on your mind is possible, you have already taken a giant step toward nullifying it. Consciousness of the game is half the victory. The Foundation struggle against the mule illustrates that victory doesn't come from having bigger, more advanced physical weaponry, but from having clearer minds and stronger hearts. Similarly, humanity's emancipation hinges not on out-muscling the manipulators, but on out-vibrating them. The moment you reclaim your mind and refuse to live in fear, the controllers lose their primary weapon. They cannot dominate millions of free-thinking, self-aware individuals. The Orion Group's tactics collapse much as the mule is ultimately defeated when those he would control learn the secret of his power and find the inner strength to resist. We want you to know, many on the inside of your world are breaking free from mental chains. There are those within governments, media, and even secret programs who have quietly flipped to the side of the light once they saw through the lies they had lived under. The awakening even spreads within the ranks of those who once served the dark agenda. This is the domino effect the cabal fears. Each soul who awakens can, in turn, illuminate others. And indeed, it is happening now in an exponential fashion. The true key, consciousness and unity, ultimately, Foundation carries an uplifting revelation. The surest way to overcome even a seemingly invincible foe is through the elevation of consciousness. The Foundation in the series isn't powerful because of weapons. It's powerful because of knowledge, vision, and unity of purpose. Selden's followers managed to reduce the Dark Age by holding a higher understanding that the rest of the galaxy lacked. This translates directly to our situation on Earth. You, the starseeds, lightworkers, the awake and aware, are the Foundation in real life. By preserving knowledge, truth, and high-frequency values during a time of collective ignorance, you dramatically shorten the period of chaos and help stabilizing as more individuals question authority and demand transparency. This collapse of the old is not to be feared. It is a necessary clearing of the stage for a new paradigm to emerge. In Foundation, even after the Empire falls, a second Foundation works in secret to guide and uplift minds, ensuring the renewal of civilization is successful. Likewise, in our world, there are enlightened groups and higher dimensional helpers quietly steering events toward positive outcomes. Many of you are part of this guiding energy, whether you realize it or not. Every time you choose love over fear, or truth over comfort, you send out a ripple that influences countless others. Each personal breakthrough healing a trauma, forgiving an old hurt, transcending a limiting belief contributes to the collective rise in consciousness. Unity is the other crucial ingredient. The cabal's control has always depended on keeping people divided by nation, race, religion, political ideology. But now, diverse groups of awakening humans are finding each other and recognizing a common cause. Spiritual seekers, patriots, whistleblowers, healers, artists, and ordinary folks who simply sense something is off are converging. They are sharing their pieces of the puzzle and seeing the bigger picture of both the problem and the solution. When humanity unites in its rich diversity, it creates an unassailable field of light. The current struggle has biblical echoes indeed, a battle where faith and unity will topple the giants. We emphasize that tremendous good is already triumphing in hidden battles, and we share this to encourage everyone to keep their vibration high and never give up. Know that your consciousness is literally a frequency that either locks you into old systems or keys you into new realities. By doing the inner work, by connecting to your divine source, and by collaborating with each other, you are generating the blueprint of New Earth. This is the higher plan that all positive forces are aligned with. A humanity awakened to its power and sovereignty. The more you trust this and live it, the faster it manifests around you. And know that you are not doing this alone. The voices of awakening, your Earth allies, we are the gap between insiders and the broader public. Podcasters, as you call them, are providing consistent platforms for experiencers and former operatives, allowing once disparate accounts to be heard, compared, and validated by quantum timelines into relatable guidance for newer generations of starseeds. Even cryptic voices drop tantalizing clues about imminent events, activating the intuition of those paying attention. Meanwhile, less spiritual voices among you also drive awakening energies to the collective, using bold, no-nonsense styles to rally everyday people to question mainstream narratives and reclaim their power, showing that one need not be a lifelong mystic to sense the truth of these times. All these voices are beautiful, and all serve their audiences well in the great awakening of your collective. We highlight these figures not to place them on pedestals, but to show how broad and collaborative the great awakening truly is. Each of these individuals, and indeed each of you reading these words, carries a piece of the puzzle. Each voice adds to the chorus calling for liberation. Their efforts, alongside your own, are lighting up the darkness and laying the groundwork for the new world that is being born. The dawn of a new era. As we come to a close, we affirm that you stand on the precipice to react with shock or anger. This is when your compassion and wisdom will be most needed. You will help others understand that the end of the old world is not the end of the world. It is the dawn of a new one. We and many benevolent allies are assisting you in ways both seen and unseen. Know that while we cannot do your work for you, for this is humanity's collective journey to fulfill, we are here to support, protect, and guide you as much as cosmic law permits. Many of us walk among you quietly, helping to nudge events in positive directions. Many more send energetic aid, softening certain blows, easing potential timelines, and neutralizing threats you never even on what you wish to create, not on what you fear. As our beloved messenger has relayed from us before, your thoughts create your world. Use that power consciously now. Envision the outcomes you desire for yourself and the planet: joyous communities, healed ecosystems, technologies that serve humanity, open contact with benevolent star nations. Hold those visions in your heart. By doing so, you are literally blueprinting those realities into existence. You truly are the bringers of the dawn. Each act of kindness, each bold truth spoken, each moment you refuse to be pulled back into fear, brings the light of dawn closer on Earth. We have absolute faith in you because, in a way, we are you. Many among us have lived human lives, or are even future versions of humanity who have come back to assist our own past. We know the glory that awaits on the other side of this challenging juncture. So step forward into this new era with confidence and compassion. Support one another through the final moments of the old paradigm.